Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're having a good Thursday. Week's about over. It is April 24th. We're doing our small account challenge, creating daily options on SPY. Little account. If you're having a good week so far. Today, very grindy. Very grindy. You've got to be really careful trading this. Selling options is probably the only way to really successfully trade a grind liquidity building day like this. There's a couple spots in there here and there you can buy them, but it's gotta just be in and out. And yeah, these days I hate these days for trading. No fun. I was a little impatient this morning and partially greedy, probably. Same thing I was dealing with Tuesday. Kind of wanted to try and catch a little move. And I literally said it on Tuesday. I was like, don't try and catch heads and a reversal. Like, catch a reversal, that's fine as a scrapping liquidity. Don't try and time the heads. Pretty sure I did that exact thing again today, and I knew it. And I even, yeah, I stopped out. I didn't blow my account. But yeah, just cruise through it real quick. And today I was able to be on the computer all day, and sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. I feel like this morning I was just being very impatient, just wanted to get it over with. Just the worst. Worst. If you ever think that, just get up, walk away, come back later. So yeah, found a couple of channels here in the morning. Purple one, this yellow one. Saw this little inverse head and shoulders. Too early, too small of a range for me to try and take that. Left that alone. And yeah, I took puts. 3 of them. I think the IV is a little bit lower today, so I was a little closer to the money. I had quite a bit of patience. I mean, I waited till 10:26. Yeah, so basically it's tapering here. We had the purple, and we had this kind of red. And where'd I go? Okay, so then it hadn't really pulled back at all for liquidity. So I'm trying to get a kind of a mutual trade where bulls will want it to pull back also to grab more sellers. So rallying back up, so I duplicated my purple channel here, rallied back up, and funny because I was actually looking at some of their charts too, of other people, and they had a steeper one here. I had purple. Theirs basically showed that this broke the channel. It's part of the issue too with following other people. You gotta be very careful. Like, really want to do it on your own. Get ideas, get whatever strategies, but for your confidence, which is everything in trading, you really got to be doing it all on your own for that. And on this one, yes, is a good example of that. I wanted more confirmation, so I looked at some other guys' charts and I was like, okay, broke theirs. I was trying to catch a top, basically at breaking this most bullish buying channel, and entered like right here. Yeah, entered right here. No patience. Of course, I'm seeing this beautiful shoulder for liquidity. I'm just all ready, and then wait for it to even break this red channel right here, which would have been ideal. Got in there, and then it just reverse candled on me, and I'm like, I actually held it longer than I normally would have, partially because I didn't have a clear stop on it, which is not a good way. I mean, it's like basically if it moves this trade, if it moves against me hardly at any, it's like, okay, I'd stop out. So real tight stops, which is nice, but if you only have one trade, better to be confident and give it a little room to breathe. On this one, of course, in hindsight, it wouldn't have worked well, but yeah. But I wouldn't be entering this with a wider stop than this. So I actually held it until like this candle right here. So not crazy. You see, it was like 10%. Just like 10%. It's 104 to 90. I don't know, 12%, 15%, something like that. So that was my one stop out. It's like, I was so bummed with myself. Like, I just blew my whole one trade on that dumb move with nothing. And of course it did set up for a nicer trade later. This white channel and this breakout, this channel. Little inverse head and shoulder, and then of course there's a shoulder up here. This was still pretty grindy though. I mean, if I had taken this one, I probably would have, this would have been sucky to hold through this, but taking some profit and then maybe stopped out even on that one. So really not a good day. Maybe it's good I just lost my money early. Another kind of breakout up here. This one was a break. Then it made this cup right here, and you got this handle. I kind of quit charting at this point though, so I wasn't really paying attention once I was out of buying power. Although I wasn't frustrated. I wanted to just quick get a revenge trade on my bigger account, but I didn't. Like, alright, I'm not gonna do it. That's the point of the small account, and just all your buying power in one trade that you don't do that. So I didn't. Relaxed, reset, walked away, and came back, and let's see, at 11:24. So I did take another trade. I just wanted to build my confidence back up. I was like, I know better than that. Do better than that. Right here. I was actually a little late on this trade, but nice shoulder here, nice head. I drew this channel later. This tapering channel right here, this blue one. But yeah, it clearly was tapering and just so grindy though. But I was basically trying to catch this little head and shoulders for a mutual trade, potentially for an inverse cup to close here. Maybe move back to VWAP before it keeps rallying. And it didn't. It did a small move. Still worked out though. It was a nice little trade. It was actually like 20%, I think. So it was just one contract. Let's see, 11:24. So yeah, I was on this candle. One contract SPX, and I sold it at 11:30. Yeah, on the dot. So that one helped. I was like, okay, good. And that was about 20%, I think. It was 1180 to 1420, whatever that is. Yeah, something like that. So did that one, and I sold here. Maybe I had actually drawn this. Yeah, I drew something similar to this. I think I was more like, I changed it a little bit because the section. Yeah, you can see my old one there. There's my old one. So it hadn't quite reached that, but that's basically what I was taking profits there. Yeah, I remember that now. So this was the real channel that was reflecting it. I drew it up to the wick, which normally I do, but sometimes I won't. My original channel was this one, which gave it a little more room to the downside, and I didn't wait for it to all the way hit there. But yeah, that's why I took it there, just in case it's not going to have any kind of significant pullback. But then later I adjusted it because of what I was seeing later on, and then it reflected that as a nice bottom. So, and then I didn't really chart, as you can see. I just left it alone, but it respected this tapering channel pretty well all the way up here. Looked back at it up here, and oh, there it is. After hours, of course. Yeah, we're kind of expecting a squeeze, but sometimes they do it in after hours, just to get you. I saw this one. I didn't like it a whole lot. This little inverse head and shoulder, and this liquidity being built with this golden channel or whatever. Again, this is another one I actually adjusted also. Was steeper, and then I kind of flattened it out based on going on further up here. And then even this blue one, this is a totally new one I added. But yeah, so thought about getting calls here, and I'm like, I didn't like the timing. 3:37. Sometimes the move will start like at 3:30. That's going into power hour or going to end of day. But sometimes you'll just get a grind from 3:30 until 3:50, and you get that 10-minute move. I didn't like time of day. I didn't quite like need this setup, so I left it and I was fine to leave it. Then it came up here pretty slow, really. And then here's our 10-minute. I did get trapped by this 10-minute because I had a little bit of buying power left on the small account. So unfortunately, I took another little red trade, and of course, I ended up buying it right on the support that I wasn't paying attention to. This breakout. So broke out, kind of retested, finished this cup, if you want to call it that, and then just started chopping. But yeah, I basically opened it right here, but because of this little mini head and shoulders, and I'll actually trade these in the last 10 minutes pretty often, and they're actually pretty successful, even if it's inside of a channel or it's below liquidity or it's not make a big move. You oftentimes can be pretty successful with these. In this case, it wasn't good because it was just retesting the breakout, the retest. So, and it was in after such a grindy day, and definitely wasn't going to give the bears the move back to VWAP. A longer time frame on 30-minute, we're basically just complete a huge cup, and it'd be too easy for it to start building a handle right now. So, if this was the time the bears could have done it right here on this drop. They could have kept grabbing, come down, but really didn't. So Got him there, got out of him. Had 2 of them actually, like right here. So, red day, fortunately, on the small account challenge. It was small, of course, end of day. So, not too bad. You just got to be patient and take the L's. And you know, I'm one trade away from making $1,000 in this account. Seriously, like it's yeah. Days like this are good just to not trade, or trade very minimally, or trade scale down a bunch. And knowing to do that, I am able to not have to be too strict on that, since I am doing this small account now, and I'm doing all of my buying power in one trade, so it's a little bit easier for me. Although it's, of course, it's frustrating. But yeah, if I had full buying power, you know, in the past, this definitely could have been a day where I lost a lot, not from one big trade, but from lots of just little stop outs, and you know, accuracy goes way down. You get 1 green trade out of 5 red, and it doesn't make up for half of them. And by the end of the day, you're just exhausted, frustrated, and you're down, and you carry that into the next day. So anyways, that's what I got, guys. Hopefully Fridays, you really want to just be chill and not try and be any heroes. Oftentimes Fridays look like this also, just kind of grindy, trapping retail traders, and not going anywhere, end up kind of wedging the same way this kind of is in a way. So be careful. Want to be patient though. But yeah, that said, also usually end of day Fridays are very much wedgy like this, and not nice continuation or nice structure. So I'll keep that in mind. But it would be nice to end the week on a green day. So thanks for watching. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. See you guys on Discord. Peace out.